Well, every January, lots of people get committed to exercise, getting in shape, but the fact remains, what you eat has the biggest relationship to how much you weigh.
That's led to all sorts of fasting diets. Dr. Ian Smith is here today to talk about intermittent fasting. His latest book is Clean and Lean, 30 Days, 30 Foods, A New You.
This goes back to the old Larry Potash saying, you can't outrun a fork.
Right. You spend all day in the gym, but man, what are you putting in your body?
Yeah.
Can I use that word? I like that.
Yeah.
You can't outrun a fork. You know, intermittent fasting is interesting. So I first learned about it, believe it or not, by my good friend Nazir Muhammad, who played for the Bulls. We were playing golf one day, and he's on the course, and we typically eat, I only eat hot dogs at the turn, after the ninth hole, and he wouldn't eat with me. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm drinking all this water. I'm on fasting. I'm like, what? You're fasting for what? So he actually hit me to intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting basically is, as intermittent says, non-continuous intervals. So it's eating and fasting, eating and fasting. It's not starvation. People think it means you're starving. It's not. It's about periods of eating, periods of fasting, and you eat all of your meals and your snacks during your feeding or your eating window. Now, the reason why it's effective is because you can choose what type of fast that you do. You can choose a 12-12 fast, which means 12 hours of fasting, 12 hours of eating. You can choose a 14-10. You can break it up how you want to. Obviously, the more aggressive you are with the fasting length, the better you will do in fast as far as getting results.
Now, does this mean that during that 12-hour window that I'm eating, I can eat nachos, burgers, hot dogs, whatever I want? That would seem to make sense.
I know you would like that, but unfortunately, you know, I'm the Debbie Downer for you today. No, it's not. This is a misperception. People think that because you're fasting, you can eat anything you want during your eating window, your feeding window. That's not true. At the end of the day, calories still count, right? So we still have to consume smart calories. Now, you can still have a lot of fun foods, but you can't eat 4,000 calories during your feeding window because you're fasting for 12 or 14 hours.
Why does it work, and could it be dangerous for some people?
Yeah, so it works because your fat is a storage form of energy. And so when you're not eating food calories, your body still needs energy. So your body says, where am I going to get it from? It goes into your fat, it burns your fat, converts it to energy, and your body now has energy. That's why it works. So it will burn your fat, and one of the things that is great about IF is that it reduces belly fat. I rarely say that, by the way, but it will actually reduce belly fat. Now, the issue is that some people, it can really lower your blood sugar levels, so you have to be careful, because it also works at improving your insulin resistance. So if you're a diabetic, be careful of fasting because your blood sugars could go to the ground. But it's very effective for a lot of people. We've had people lose lots of weight on it. In my program in Clean and Lean, up to 15 pounds in 30 days. But lowering your blood pressure medications, your cholesterol levels, all of these numbers go down in intermittent fasting.
Doesn't that go back to that old adage, though, people just starving themselves? And what is the difference? I mean, is it that you're going to have those 12 hours of eating because people say you got to eat breakfast, you got to eat all the time?
Starvation means you simply are absolutely, being malnourished. So you're not eating anything for a very long period of time. This is not starvation.
But we can go 12 hours. It's not going to hurt us.
You can go 14 hours, absolutely. Because during that time, you're eating the other 10 or the other 12 hours, and there's enough energy on board. Your body stores the energy, so when you're not eating, you can use it. Let me just say this, during your fast, you can still have herbal tea, you can have coffee, but it has to be 50 calories or less. Because if you eat or consume more than 50 calories, your body's no longer fasting. You're back into using the food calories instead of using those fat energy calories.
This is fascinating.
And so if you work, I think some people, like athletes, if you're lifting weights, you want to get the protein in there. And now you're saying, well, now I'm fasting. Shouldn't I be getting protein in my body?
This is a great point, Larry. So if you are someone who is trying to really maximize your weight loss, you would actually exercise during your fasting window and wait a couple of hours because guess what? You've now increased your need for energy and you're not eating, so you go into your fat even more. But if you're someone trying to build muscle, like, build muscle, then you don't want to do it during your fast because you need to load that protein on within an hour after working out at least.
What if you don't want to work out at all?
Well,
I can do that on this, it sounds like.
I can tell you, on this program, this is a program where IF alone is going to get you, it won't get you across the finish line, but it's going to take a lot of poundage off.
It'll get me near it.
It'll get you there. You can see it.
I can see it. That's all. I just want to see it. It's there somewhere. That's good. All right.
Can see it.
So the diabetics have to be careful. And what about, I'm assuming there's got to be, you don't want young kids doing this either,
I wouldn't recommend young teens. They're still growing. They need their calories. But, do under supervision. Just say to your doctor, hey, I want to do some IF. Start, conservatively. Do a 10-hour fast and then a 14. You can see here, you alternate your eating window and your fasting window. The benefits, it reduces your insulin resistance, decreases belly fat, and of course, as I said before, your body uses the fat for fuel. Your body will prefer to use food calories and glucose for fuel. If it doesn't have it, it will then go to your fat, and that's why people like it so much, because it really will burn your fat. I do it, you know, you can be as aggressive as you want, but you got to be consistent. You can't change every other day. You can't say, today I'm doing a 10-hour fast, the next day I'm doing a 12-hour fast. Do it for the week, and then if you want to change it, you change it then.
See, if you want to wear horizontal stripes, you got to be lean, right?
I mean, come on.
You got to be lean.
You
Clean and lean.
Everybody can't do that. That is pretty impressive. The
you're too
book
nice.
is Clean and Lean. How many books you got out there now? This is pretty good.
17. 18 in April.
What are you doing,
But
Larry?
this one's not a mystery. This was just
That's coming next
That's
October.
coming.
Next October.
Next October, The Unspoken.
See?
You're the
He's
Stephen King of nutrition.
It's Dr. Ian Smith. Thanks for being here. Good to see you.